place weight on and what they do not want to place some weight on. However, I've been a bit disturbed with the line of questioning and some of the commentary from the members of the commission, and I think that they ought to watch it. I mean, I should think that by now they should be watching a playback of their sessions. I mean, to ask themselves whether they are not even getting too carried away and all that, because some of the line of questioning and some of the commentary, I think, are not that good. I listened to Erastus, speak about his encounter with the committee and the use of video footages that he provided, why they decided to choose the one that had captions on and not the raw footages, and decided to take him on those things and all that is an issue. And if you listen to him and the City TV journalists as well, you realize that they are not even comfortable with the work of the committee, and they suspect that perhaps the committee has a certain agenda. Worst of all is the report, and of course the statement by the family of Kaka, that they do not believe that, looking at what the committee has done so far, the committee is actually interested in unraveling the truth. And for that reason, they will not be a part of it. I think that will be a big blow. And I think that any assurances that can be given to them, I think it's not too late. The committee has asked for 1 week. I'm sure they'll be given the 1 week. But I think that any way that they can be assured, to come back and assist the committee would be very, very good. I think that this committee finishing its work without their input would greatly affect the committee. That would be
so a number of quick questions to you, and I wish I can get very quick responses. Sure. You talk about the intelligence and what they did with it.
Yes.
And that intelligence is supposed to get them to prepare, to anticipate, and to prevent. Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you make of listening to the chief of the area, the chief and his elders, and the media also, as far as their preparation was concerned? The chief actually invited the youth leaders, the youth, that morning, because he says, we suspected that there will be a riot. So he called them to calm them down and assure them that everything would be done. The media had an anticipation. That's why they were right there when everything happened. And that's how come you got the things captured. What do you say? How do you compare that to the...
That's the reason why I said that. People who ought to be out of office, as we speak, are rather on TV, speaking to us about intelligence. Now, if the chiefs can gather intelligence and therefore try and take preemptive measures, the media can't have intelligence, then the intelligence agency itself tells us that it has the intelligence, but only acted on the intelligence when there was rioting. I mean, this is an intelligent way of projecting intelligence failure. I mean, pardon my sarcasm.
So what should they have done? They should have gone to guard the installations that they said they had intelligence would be...
I give you an example.
Affected.
When you were speaking on the Samson stake about the demonstrators, the fix the country guys and the attempts to demonstrate. Remember the last time they had wanted to demonstrate a place said they couldn't. And there was some suspicion, or some people had written on social media to the effect that they would defy it. You saw what happened at the places where they intended to converge and some of the routes and all that. What was that for? So they had intelligence. And this is how they employed the intelligence to deter. So that if anybody was so minded to defy the order, that was to deter you, to see what was in store for you. So that's how, this is a typical example of how intelligence so guarded is used to avert and deter. So you cannot say that even chiefs and media are acting on intelligence. And those who are responsible for intelligence and claim they had the intelligence and have all the men and the equipments and the logistics to avert this, stood.
When you say why some officers still remain in office and are talking to us, who are you talking about and what do you expect should be happening to them? If the military guys have been affected, they would not be making the arrest that he's talking about that they have made of some 2 guys and they are handing them to the police.
You see, the military, I'm not sure that the military were those who had intelligence or were even involved in intelligence gathering. We are told that these are Operation Calm people, so they were there. I think that they deal with the headsmen and all those things in those areas. So they were minding their business, you know. But the regional minister has told us that he's in charge of RECSEC. Obviously, you know, the police and the intelligence agencies are the most decentralized in this country. So they are almost everywhere. And that is the only reason why they would have picked the intelligence. Why they did not act on the intelligence earlier to avert is where my issue is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you speak about, you know, civilians, you know, quickly making instructions to, you know, security authority, and you refer to Parliament. You remember that we have been told that no civilian authority instructed the army to intervene in the Parliament issue. But what are some of the lines of questioning and commentary that you are not happy about? Specific.
Well, for example, with one of the videos that you played, I heard one of the committee members say that he suggested to the military man that the protesters could have maimed themselves.
In law, we call it leading question.
Yes, you know, and then the military man then, you know, agreed with that. And I thought that it was wrong. I thought that that was wrong. You don't do that. You know, that was wrong.
He agreed, and then the questioner affirmed it.
Yes.
Reaffirmed
yes. And I thought that that line of questioning was wrong. And then...
Is that not a possibility?
Well...
That's the fact that the medical doctor says the gunshots, the guns were fired at the backs of the people. Does that rule out the fact that the people themselves, somebody shot amongst them?
I will not say that it rules it out, but my point is that I'm struggling to find a basis for the question by the committee member. That's just the point I'm making.
Okay.
You know, and then when Erastus appeared before them, the issue of fix the country, the guy being described, I mean, the strenuous efforts that were put in the questioning to sort of, you know, flag the media for having done something inappropriate. I mean, I sit back and I didn't get that. I didn't get what they were trying to drive at.
The question was actually asked whether the video he was showing was authentic and not doctored.
Yeah, but
what's wrong with that? That's probing. That's what the committee should do.
There's nothing wrong with that. But when Erastus says that I provided you with the rashes and I provided you with the broadcast, and you choose to show the broadcast and question me on the broadcast, and the public does not know that I've provided you with the raw footages, what is the impression that you're creating to the public?
Okay, thank you.